Hey Pizza Racer, hey Bursting, hey Deurus. How are you guys doing? I'm sorry I'm 15 minutes late. I was having dinner and I forgot about the time. And also I've stopped calculating like 30 minutes to set up the stream because I'm such a pro now. I can set up my stream in like 10 minutes. Um, but that was also cause for some of the delay. Hey Aquila, how are you? Hey Alberto. Okay, so today we're doing something we haven't done in a very long time. We're gonna play some chess. I was checking one of my Fortnite videos, and it seems to me like my sound is incredibly loud, which I don't understand. I think somehow I've been messing with my microphone or something, and that it's way louder than it should be. PCL is about to start. Well, this is the only point in time where I had time to stream Pizza Racer. I would like to. Ooh, is that a ban Aquila? Is that a fake Aquila? Aquila Ungula. It doesn't look like a fake Aquila. Just suddenly on my screen you didn't get your badges. I almost banned you right there, Aquila. Feels bad. Uh, hey Krishna, how are you doing? Hey wee whims. PCL is about to start. Well, who cares about America anyway? Uh, when are they starting? Just so that I know when everyone else is busy for the future, if nothing else. 11 a.m. Wow, they're starting in 1 hour. That's strange. They're actually having the Americans play during the daytime. Isn't that unreal? That's a huge change compared to previous years. When's your Banter Blitz Cup? I don't know, Krishna. But I now know who my opponent is going to be. I'll be playing against Srinath Narayanan. Probably like beginning of February. Hi, Carnicero. Lots of time. Yeah, Jungle, that's what I say. Let's play some games then. I don't have too many people challenging me to a game. Hi, Punctum. Hey, Aligesa. Oh, because you're playing for the chess bras. Yeah, I'm sure that's why. But yeah, that is very good for you. I was actually a bit skeptical of you playing for the chess bras, but now I can see that you're gonna be able to play at, not a horrible hour at the very least. Although knowing you, you would probably would play at 4 a.m. too, right? Hey, Tape. Okay, I have now two challenges. I'm gonna say that's good enough to get going and start off this stream. And first up is Chess Aubert. And I feel like this is correct, that whenever you have like Burr in the end of your name, you should be French. So I get very confused when a guy with such a French username has a German flag. That just doesn't mix to me. Maybe it's my lack of German knowledge. Aubert. Is that a thing in German as well? Today's excuse, you're sick, Aquila. Okay. That's a pretty solid excuse. One of my favorites. Ooh, Ali Reza finished second in the Puzzle Rush Championship. Did the guy win? The Jimis guy? I was watching this Jimis guy against Maxim, and Maxim got absolutely crushed. It was hilarious. Oh. Well, in that case, the second place is it's the World Championship. It's the Rapid World Championship in Moscow. Yes, congratulations, Ali Reza. But actually, we have had a Fortnite stream where I congratulated Ali Reza. So I'm way ahead of you guys in that department. Already got it covered. I'm taking on all challenges, Smate. The only thing is that I'm only playing against Chess24 premium members. But as long as you're a premium member, I will take your challenge. Wasn't Ali Reza complaining that you were talking loudly during Fortnite stream? Maybe. I rewatched it, mate, and my sound was awfully loud. So now I'm actually actively trying not to speak too loudly. I don't know if that's going to work out, but we'll give it a go. Wow, Aquila with the research. Variant of Albert. Huh. Well, I guess this is a learning stream then. No, Krishna, I'm only using Chess24 when I'm streaming chess. Fair point, Aquila. The Google research is the only research we know nowadays. Okay, I'm quite liking my position. I got some good pawns going on here. Eddie, have you checked out the new app for your iPhone? Tactics Frenzy, out now. Best app for learning chess. Not biased whatsoever. Oof, knight d5 next move is going to hurt for this man. Maybe we're going to go here first. There. Take. I mean, there's got to be at least 4 moves in this position that's winning for me. Let's hope I find one of them. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. Is Tactics Frenzy out on Android? No, Jungle. Unfortunately not. But I did talk to the guys today, and I kind of I said that what everyone on the internet is interested in is when is it going to be out for Android. And my boss said he hopes to have it out by the end of January, which I now have learned means that it's going to be out like mid-February. MapRail, hello, how are you? Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Does it use Chess24 accounts? No, sir. It uses Play Magnus accounts. So probably you have a Play Magnus account. I don't know how you can find that back. I managed pretty easily to find my password. So you go... where did I go? Ooh, I didn't even see that move. Should I be concerned? I actually didn't even see that move. That's not good. How many pieces did I win for the queen? I feel like he got a lot of pieces in this exchange. Too many, in my opinion. Okay, I think this is going to work out. Yes, Fritze, you're not the only one who thinks that. There's several people wanting that to happen, many of whom works at the companies in question. So it's definitely coming at some point. Why is there a preference over Android? I don't know. I think people with iPhones are more used to paying for their apps. I think that's the main thing why people prioritize Apple over Android. Also, most Apple devices are very expensive. So kind of by just having an Apple device, you have demonstrated a higher purchasing power. You know, these companies, they are very cynical. They want to get as much money as they possibly can. New year, new month sub. Bergen, thank you so much for the 6 months. Celebrating with a golden hammer this month. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, we got quite a bit of stuff for the queen. I think we're just going to help this guy forward. Picking hammer in Fantasy Premier League a good idea? I think so, Chris. When is the deadline? It's pretty soon, right? I would say picking hammer is a very good idea. Because basically for Norway Gnomes to have a chance in the match, I need to win every single game. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So I would say picking hammer, really good choice, Chris. Revenue from iOS apps higher than the same on Android, or at least it was the last time you read an article about it. Yeah, so Sver, I think that kind of confirms my suspicion that people with iPhones are more likely to buy stuff. Bursting, thank you so much for the 19-month resub. Thank you so much. Hey Aria, how are you? I'm doing okay. I had a rough start to the year, but I went to work today. I worked for a solid 45 minutes, and now I'm streaming, so it's looking up. Yeah, it does map rail. They have the American divisions way earlier than normal. I thought if I'm streaming now for 3 hours from 7 p.m., I thought there's no way it's going to collide. I didn't even bother checking because I thought they will not have the American divisions this early. But I guess I was wrong. I wonder how that works out for the Americans in the Pro Chess League, having to play their games during noon on a weekday. It seems a bit strange to me, but that's how they've chosen to do it. Hi, Boo. Hey, Septigon. How are you doing? Do you play in Pro Chess League? Yes, I do, Leo. Sweden, yeah, they have Bassem Amin. He's pretty good. Jungle. But he did lose in the Banter Blitz Cup yesterday against Srinath Narayanan, so he's not maybe in top form. Isn't this work, head of streaming? Yeah, that's why I included this. That's why I included it. How did you become a grandmaster? I beat other grandmasters, Dub Nation. I don't know what you're asking about. If you're asking about the technicalities of becoming a grandmaster, or if you're asking about my story, or yeah, can you specify? Would be fun to see Sasha and Alireza today. Yeah, no, the chess bra lineup is unreal. It's so strong. I was talking to Aryan. Aryan abandoned the gnomes. I feel like I'm within my rights to use pretty harsh language describing Aryan. He abandoned the gnomes for the chess bras, and it turns out King's Bishop rating with a group of 22. Thank you so much, King's Bishop. And did I miss a sub? No. So I was asking Aryan if he was actually gonna get any game time, because his kind of the people he needs to kind of beat to get a place on the team. Oh, I forgot the hammer repertoire. I'm not focused at all. He has to be better than Grischuk, than Alireza, than yeah, the chess bra lineup is just unreal. So good. Yeah, very stacked, Dub Nation. My story. So I became a grandmaster at 18, Dub. I was pretty good at chess. My final grandmaster norm was in a tournament in Norway, where I only needed a draw in the final round to make my grandmaster title, but I had this slightly better endgame, and so I went for it and I tried to win it. And I ended up winning the game, winning the tournament, and getting my GM title, all in the same moment. Evening, Alex. How are you doing? Are you feeling good about our little Fortnite session yesterday? I felt pretty good about it. I felt like we were getting somewhere. That final game was very good. I was happy with that. I have somehow given Aquila the bishop pair. This isn't how it's supposed to be. But I guess having done something so silly, we're just going to have to live with it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Severus. Oh yeah, Anish. That's the name I forgot. The chess bras are stacked like there's no tomorrow. And that's probably your guys' fault. They have gotten so much support from the Twitch family this past year that they decided, let's just win the Pro Chess League. Your support is financing the stackedness. Is that a word? Well, let's make it a word. The stackedness of chess bras, brought to you by the Twitch audience. Winning a tournament, how is that a norm? Well, Tankan, the reason I won the tournament was because I was playing much better than a lot of grandmasters. So there were like 10 or 15 grandmasters in the tournament, and my performance against those guys were well beyond the requirements of a GM norm. Nice, the chess bras still let Eric play. Yeah, that's nice of them, Chris. The OG, still in it. But I don't think Amon is going to get a game this season. I don't think there's any chance. Ooh, and Aquila has given us the bishop pair back. That's very nice. I just made the realization that I haven't played since the Banter Blitz Cup, which means my rating is once again above 3,000. This is what happened the last time we had the Banter Blitz Cup as well. I nailed it. I nailed the Banter Blitz Cup, so I played incredibly well. And then I got my rating up high. That has been the case for both the first two rounds of that competition. And every single time what has happened afterwards is that I've given away my rating points to you guys. Hey, Bum DC, how are you? Happy New Year. Don't forget the Marshalls. They have the legend that is Kamsky. Yeah, that is true. I just want to say, on that note, I want to say that several times, or, well, several is maybe a bit strong, but those very few times I have seen the Norwegian nightlife, I have met boys who have said, and I quote, "You're a effing legend." So I just want to say that while I agree Gada is an effing legend, a famous one even, he's not the only one. And I really had the chance to get this meme in my name, and I have failed. As a Twitch streamer, I have failed. Because I could have done this. I could have been the guy whose face was on the t-shirt with the famous effing legend. But Gotta beat me to it. Because he's got the meme skills. Mad meme skills. Kaza with the 6-month resub, getting the golden hammer. Thank you so much for your support, Kaza. And I really like how you missed knight f6 instead of knight e5. I'm sure I did. Oh yeah, that would have been a better move. Recommended based on this game, a German version of the Scandinavian. That seems fair, Aquila. It's basically telling you that it's time to move to Germany. It's a nice country. That sounds historically incorrect. I don't know what you're on about, Alex. Germany is a really nice place. Will Tactics Frenzy be available on Android in the future? Yes, Tactics. You don't have to do what I did. I just bought myself an iPad for Christmas so that I could play Tactics Frenzy. I'm not regretting it one bit. I'll figure out something to use that pad for. Yeah, Tactics. It's I think it's very good. But maybe some of our puzzles are too difficult. I haven't really made up my mind. Mr. Sabon, I did watch. It's the only matchup I did see. MVL versus Jimmy's. And I mean, MVL just had no chance. No chance. I'm very curious how he does it. I'm pretty sure he memorized everything, but it's still an amazing feat. Why don't you stream from a luxurious home like Carlson does? Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe it's because Carlson didn't pay me enough money when I helped him become the world champion. Maybe I can actually pull this back on Magnus, that he wasn't generous enough. Part of Knights, it's your turn. I'm about to move on, unless you make a move. And no bitcoins for me, Flitza. I have classically schooled economists as parents. They're not big believers. Can anyone please explain what is Tactics Frenzy? I can send you the link. Area. Oh, you can also go like on the web page. Okay, it's time to move on. Sorry, Knight. I will not feel the power of the Knights this game. Next up is Ryataman, and then Area, and then Big Boy. Yeah, for sure he should have Gondolius. No, but in reality, I mean, how do you know that my home is not as luxurious as Magnus's? Also, how do you know that Magnus's home is luxurious? It's not like you've been there. You've seen his kitchen. That's the only thing you've seen of Magnus's apartment. But apparently Magnus's kitchen was good enough for you to judge it as luxurious. I'm very confused. Are you the second best chess player in Norway? No, unfortunately, does. I am the number 3 player in Norway right now. But I'm gonna make an effort to change that during this year. I'll win the Norwegian championship. Website is down? The Tactics Frenzy one, Bum DC? Because sometimes the link doesn't work. Maybe I should do this other link instead. Problem with this is that this link has like Norwegian language and stuff in it. Two coats of premium paint. Yeah, chiropractor. Absolutely. Sure, Alex, but Magnus hasn't lived there himself. Magnus is living in downtown. His parents are living in Holmenkollen. Happy New Year, Vertvich. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Or are you following the hammer suggestion of using every day to improve ourselves? I think someone clipped that. I was very happy with that. It's the most clever and philosophical thing I have ever said on stream. Someone asked me if I had New Year's resolutions, and I said, no, I think we should use every day to try and improve ourselves. Kitchen is the doorway to the soul of the house. That sounds fair, Dew, but I don't think Magnus's kitchen was that nice. Who is second? Ariantari, yeah. He took over the second place, I'm afraid. Why does Magnus need a kitchen? He only eats bananas and drinks orange juice. You're not wrong. I have never seen Magnus cook in my life. Never. Not even eggs. I've seen him have cereal, and that's about it. He knows how to cook cereal. Not the most complicated thing in the world. His head is full of chess stuff. We can't fault him. Oh, chandelier? Really? There was a chandelier in Magnus's kitchen? I take it back. I completely understand your description of it being luxurious right now. Okay, I don't know where Ryataman is or what's going on, but I guess we're moving on again. I'm trying to get a game. I'm trying to get my rating to 3,100. But you guys are not really helping. Yeah, I'm playing for the gnomes, Garin. Hammer is more posh than Magnus. I don't think that's true, actually. Hayes. And for sure, Magnus's place is more luxurious than mine. I just dislike the assumption. But if there was a chandelier when Magnus was streaming from his kitchen, then now I understand the reasons for your assessment. Do you know who Ayelan is? Yeah, I saw her yesterday or the day before yesterday. She was streaming with Botes. She's I don't know which country she's from though, but she's a Spanish-speaking WIM, right? Aryan, no, I don't do coaching, I'm afraid. Yeah, crowd. Google apparently says I'm very, very rich, but I gotta disappoint you. Google is wrong. However, this is an interesting thing as a concept. In Norway, as a Norwegian citizen, you can access the public tax records of all the other inhabitants of Norway. So I can go, well, any Norwegian citizen can go and check my taxable income, my taxable net worth, and my taxable, well, how much. You can see the precise amount I paid in taxes. And I can do the same for others, like Alex or Magnus, to give two very random examples. Does Magnus have Twitch? Yeah, he does Counterforce, but he doesn't stream very often. He streamed for a little bit on a Muskenissen account. Someone might help you out with that. Are you contracted to Chess24? Yes, I am, Guillotine. You can use the command !C24 for more information. She's from Argentina. Well, I am a very knowledgeable person, and I know that they speak Spanish in Argentina. So I was correct in all the statements I made. Aquila helping out with the link to Magnus's Twitch account. Thank you, Aquila. How many languages can you speak or understand? I wish I knew more, Crow. But I can speak and understand. Well, I mean, technically I can speak and understand 4 languages. But of them, 3 are Nordic. And there will be people objecting to me saying that I can speak Danish. Probably I can only understand Danish. Big difference. But yeah, I understand Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, and English. And I can say phrases in French, German, and Russian. Maybe Spanish as well. No, not really Spanish. But it's I cannot hold a conversation in those languages. Counterforce, I think streams are automatically deleted after some time. So yeah, they're definitely not there anymore. Yeah, I'm playing the Pro Chess League North Korea, but I'm not playing in the American divisions. I'm not playing today. He's trying to make a queen exchange. His bishop is actually pretty good. His bishop is pretty good, but on the other hand, maybe his king is going to get into trouble. We'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Bookmall. Yeah, that's it, Mr. Sabon. But you're allowed to call it Norwegian. We're not sticklers on that particular thing. It's not two dialects, Hyataman. It's two different written languages. So dialects is more about how you speak, whereas Nynorsk, the other kind of Norwegian language, is a written language. And there's dialects as well in Norway, but that's way more than two. Because of Norway's valleys and mountains, because it was pretty remote getting from one village to another in the good old days, that has caused Norway to have way more, I don't know what you want to call it, linguistic diversity than normal. He's threatening bishop e3. It's a bit annoying. It's very annoying, actually. You're surprised by the transparency of Norwegian tax info? Yeah, that's also why I mentioned it, yeah. Because I think to a lot of foreigners, that's pretty unbelievable. They find it very strange. Are you allowed to stream during the Pro Chess League? Yes, I'm pretty sure no one can deny me from doing a chess stream just because the Pro Chess League is going on. I don't think chess.com's influence on the chess on the chess kind of category is that extreme. That's not good news. Okay, we're doing this and then we're doing this. Hope Magnus will start streaming in spring. Yeah, it's not gonna happen though. Counterforce. Sorry. He's way too busy to be doing that. Ooh, we're gonna get the bishop for free. Good for us. And he resigns. So if he goes to the corner, then it's checkmate. And if he goes to the side, it's check on the king. And then I take the bishop. I had seen that. Has Magnus ever met King Harald? I don't think he has, Counterforce. But that's not something I know for sure. I know that he met with Prince William. If you're interested in royal families beyond the Norwegian. I know that he met Kronprins Haakon. Crown Prince Haakon. At least once. Yes, Mario. Today we're taking challenges from all Chess24 premium members. Linguosity. Oh, that's a good one, Dew. What do Norwegians eat every day? I don't know, Don. Today I had Indian food. I had a good dinner today. I went to a restaurant with a friend. I got a Rogan Josh. It's my go-to Indian choice. Doesn't chess.com own chess? Yeah, I thought they did, Filza, but we're having a bit of a riot. Can you breathe underwater? Yes, Walker Boy. I can breathe underwater for like 20 seconds and then I die. But I can still do it. Oh, you meant during my game? No, keep your cool. I'm not going to be streaming the Pro Chess League this season. Who you got the King's Cup from? Yeah, but I mean, it's only technically from the king. It's they deputize a person to give out the king's trophy, and that person is the head of tournaments in the Norwegian Chess Federation. Why do you guys ask him so many Magnus questions? Because Magnus doesn't stream himself, Crow. I am. It's one of my why people are interested in me as a streamer. Because I got all that juicy Norwegian gossip. I appreciate it. I'll take any viewers I can get. William who? Yeah, Purse, I'm with you on that one. We had a discussion on stream earlier about the monarchy and how I'm not a huge fan. Daddy Cool coming in here with a Twitch Prime for the 19-month resub. Thank you so much, Daddy Cool. Thank you for your support. Is there Chinese food in Oslo? Of course there is. There's very good Chinese food. Well, there's okay, there's good Chinese food. I don't know about very good. Ooh, Gondolius with the heavy King Harald research. Apparently Magnus has met the king in 2014. Gondolius with the big fact check. I didn't know we had people in chat with that level of dedication who thinks, oh, I want to know if Magnus has ever met the king, and then researches it on their own initiative. Hey, Halvard, how are you? Matthew with a 10-month resub. Thank you so much, Matthew. I still have your book somewhere, but I moved houses, so I'm not sure where it ended up in my move. The article said the king met the king. Wow. King of chess, hey? Who do you think would be the toughest challenger for Magnus in World Championship? I think Karana is the toughest. Because you're blood relatives with Magnus? Yeah, you. But to be fair, I think every Norwegian is probably related to each other. Somewhat remotely, but still. Do you think being able to take your own pieces make chess more interesting? I don't know, Counterforce. I've never thought about that before, but it's an interesting concept. Especially in these times where people are going crazy about how to fix the game of chess as if it needed fixing. What did I say, Johnny? When you're in chat, I know that I've said something silly. What did I say? I don't even recall saying something dumb. Shivam, yeah, I've chosen to switch to Chess24 as my streaming platform. And I signed an exclusivity deal with them. But they're being very generous with me. They're making me very motivated to stream for you guys. So it works in everyone's favor. Not Ding, explain. I mean, Fabiano I think is stronger than Ding. And he has the added benefit of already having played the match against Magnus, so he knows much better what he's going to, how to deal with the pressure and stuff like that. Norway is like New Hampshire. Well, probably in Norway there's more than 3 degrees of separation. But that's good to know. All Norwegians are related, true but not funny. I disagree, Johnny. I think very often a statement becomes more funny when it's true. Just removing the possibility to offer a draw seems like a simple fix. Carnicero, you're preaching to the choir. Yes, I agree. Let's play another game. Yes, mate. He also knows he needs to decide it in the regular games. That's true. Rapid tiebreaks against Magnus. It's rough. It's very difficult to do. Nepomniachtchi on the list? No. He would never last 14 games in a world championship. Jan has like... He can only go for like 6, 7, 8 games without tilting. I think a 14 game match would be too much for him. But yeah, Jan, for instance, could offer Magnus some opposition in a tiebreak, for instance, I think. What about Wesley? I don't know, Hiata, man. I'm not a huge fan of Wesley's chess, but the way he beat Magnus was unbelievably strong. I mean, he just dominated Magnus like we've never seen Magnus be dominated before. So sure, I'm excited to see what Wesley can do. Although, Hiataman, I don't think Wesley even qualified to the candidates tournament. So already at this point, we can be pretty certain he's not going to be playing Magnus in a world championship match. Halvard, 19,500. You're going to get there this stream, are you? But unfortunately, this stream... It's going to be competing with attention from the... Wow. Did I give away too many of my pieces right now? How many pawns did I capture? 3 pawns? It might not be enough. We'll see soon enough. It's an interesting position if nothing else. No MVL? Well, MVL didn't qualify, Smate. That's my position on that topic. The other guys qualified and MVL did not. C'est la vie, to speak in a way understood by the French. It's a bit of a strange position. How many pawns did I capture? Only 1. My rook is still trapped. Do I do something really crazy? Nah. Yeah, I think this is the play. This is the play. Get the bishop here. When in doubt, take the bishops. Hey, Blowby, how are you? You don't think the candidates tournament is relevant in this point? Well, I mean, so you just want to pick guys by rating. Even MVL agrees that's silly. I don't know. I think the system as it is now is in its best state in a very long time. We have some pretty regular tournaments qualifying to the candidates. We have the candidates at the same time with the same intervals between the candidates matches, the same intervals between the World Championship matches. I think the way the World Championship is being organized right now is really good, and that stability and predictability is very good for chess, in my opinion. He's gonna sacrifice on my bishop. Then he might get his knight out. I think I'm gonna gamble that he's unable to get his knight into the game. Sorry, Chess24 guys. I forgot about your chat. I had it on my other screen. I just forgot to switch to it because I was doing some Googling. Hey, Abdu. Has Kramnik's third place in the Blitz Championship been discussed? It seems to be amazing. Yeah, no, I mean... Well, I mean, Kramnik didn't rage retire, Hiataman. Kramnik had decided to retire already when he played in Vaikanse. And then he lost a ton of games in Vaik because, you know, he didn't have like the proper motivation on account of knowing that he was going to announce his retirement at the end of the tournament. He spent more time trying to play exciting chess than he tried to play good chess, which is kind of wrong when you're Kramnik because his brand of chess is not known as being the most exciting. But yeah, no, what I find interesting about Kramnik's result in the World Blitz is that I don't think he did that well ever when he was unretired. I didn't think Kramnik was considered like an amazing blitz player. And then he goes ahead and gets the third place after he retired. And when he had like a year since his last tournament, that I thought was really amazing. Oh, I was so terrified I lost on time. I have never been more scared about losing on time in my entire life. I just saw the screen popping up and I was like, ooh, I have been talking a lot this game. But fortunately, I was spending most of the time talking while Big Boy was thinking. And I trapped his rook and that's why he resigned. Is it true that you used to be a 2700 GM once? Asks, so let's have some chess. It is true that my rating was once, and that is a very literal once, 2700. But it's starting to become quite some time ago. But I got above 2700. That's something. Okay, let's play another game. Edward Andersen is next up. Also known as Eddie. Yeah, 5 card draw. Blitz is very much based on your intuition. I agree. So Kramnik, of course, is still strong at Blitz because his instincts are very good. However, I don't see any reason for his instincts being better after he retired than before he retired. So I have been too lazy to do any research myself, but I would imagine that if someone were to check the previous results of the World Blitz Championship, they would find that this is one of Kramnik's very first placements in the top 3. Counterforce, you don't think Holland to Dortmund is a good idea? I don't know. I've been reading people saying that he's going to be starting for them, in which case it's a brilliant choice. I mean, for Holland, it's all about where he gets to play. And he has made the assessment that he will be allowed to play in Dortmund. And if they are correct, then of course Dortmund is very, very good. Kramnik got 3rd in Berlin as well. Okay, Eriksson. I guess maybe I'm misjudging him. Maybe he's just very, very good at chess. Who would have thought? Oh, you're a Bayern fan. Okay, that explains it. You're jealous. That's what's going on here. Understandable. No, Holland has been impressive. It's interesting also, kind of, because Holland has grown up watching everyone be crazy about Martin Odegaard and paying no attention to him. I wonder how that kind of works, your psyche. Does it motivate you or does it make you feel overlooked, underappreciated? For sure, 5-card draw. It's good when you can appreciate beauty in many different playing styles for chess players. You can appreciate Magnus's games as well as, someone more crazy, Jababa. But yeah, that's maybe not a fair comparison anymore. Because Magnus has gotten a bit of crazy in him, hasn't he? It's difficult using Magnus as an example of a boring player when he's kind of made a whole fuss with this Sveshnikov of his. Adro with the 14-month resub. Thank you so much. Did you appreciate the second game in the Women's World Championship? I didn't see it, Mario. I was at work today. Very hard at work. Solid 15 minutes. No, that's not true. 45 minutes of intense work. Concentrated. Actually getting stuff done. Work. I was at work for 5 hours, but only 45 of the minutes of those 5 hours were good. I'm sure someone can relate. Hey, Sangeet. I'll find it on my phone. I think that's the easiest for me. Let's see. Women's World Championship. Ooh, yeah, no, yeah, wow. Amazing game. Very, very exciting. What can I say? Even the new computers, the Alpha Zero computer rates the Berlin as the best opening. For those of you who haven't found the game from the Women's World Championship, it was a uneventful draw. Which, you know, the women are just trying to play in the same style of the men. I respect it. They see them getting the attention. They're just out there saying, you know, if you guys like to watch people making 20 move draws in the Berlin, we can do that as well. I respect the hustle. Okay, it turns out actually this pawn is quite dangerous. I was up 2 pieces, so I didn't really bother thinking for any moves. But it may be time to think. Because if not, that pawn is going to become a queen. Good evening, Lagavulin. Thank you so much. I was very happy with that. I've never crushed a 2700 rated opponent like that before. It was unreal. Okay, I think I found the move. That's going to be a good move. Lagavulin with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, the Banter Boys was actually the last time I played on Chess 24, which is why I have this big fat 3000 rating to give to you guys. Yeah. I beat Movsesian with 5 games. 8.5, 3.5. It's unreal. So good. You regard Magnus as the greatest of all time? Me too. 5-card draw. I've even regarded Magnus as the best of all time for 2 years already. That's how old this Magnus emote is. Hey, Sangeet. Sangeet, I don't see a challenge from you. Ah, there you are. You're number 7 in the line, Sangeet. Is that true, you see? That's so adorable. Yusi's grandson was cheering me on. Have we discussed the legend? Briefly, Hyataman. I'm just salty I didn't come up with it myself. Because there have been several drunk guys coming up to me and just telling me that I'm a effing legend. So I feel like I could have come up with that. I had the opportunity and I didn't get it done. VRL, I'm going to give you a couple more seconds and then we're going to move on. Does Magnus wear lenses now? I haven't seen him in a bit, Counterforce. For a very long time, he wasn't wearing glasses because he didn't even have a prescription. I think most of the time when he's not wearing glasses, he's just not seeing very much. That's how he did it in the past, at least. But maybe his eyesight deteriorated a little bit more and he started wearing lenses. But like 4 years ago, he would only use his glasses privately when we were watching TV and stuff. Okay, we're moving on. Another aborted game. Lack of opponent. Power of the Knights is next up. I agree, Hayes. You're too nice to rage quit a match? Yeah, but I'm still an effing legend, Ryata man. I didn't need to have that stop me. Wow, Power of the Knights is actually using my repertoire against me. That's pretty rude. I'm trying to remember what the main line is. It's Bishop E7, right? Yeah, but Halvard, you know, it's okay. Because he's an effing legend. It's okay to do that in those cases. How do I want to develop my pieces? I'm not really sure. I feel like I'm going to get a very passive position here. Unless I go here, but I don't really want to open up the position since white is much better developed than what I am. Okay, let's just play calmly, passively. Mike Burnout, thank you so much for the 5-month resub. With white or with black, Holvard? Ghetto Porridge, celebrating 2 years of subbing. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, this is going to get very weird. I think I'm just going to castle queenside. Why didn't you play in Rapid and Blitz? I was busy. I was doing a commentary on that very same tournament, in fact. You know, Norwegian TV, they need me. I can't be playing these tournaments. I'm needed by the people to understand what's going on. I cannot flake on them. It's a huge responsibility. I'm exclusively doing it for their benefit. There's nothing in it for me whatsoever. Okay, we're gonna try this move because there's a trap. How big is the GoFundMe will have to be for you to play next year? Wow, Hyata, man. I would say maybe $5,500. I think it's unreasonable, an unreasonable amount. Oof, I played e5. Oh no, he can take this with his d pawn, and then if I take back, then he's attacking my queen. Oh no, that's terrible. Oh no, I lost my queen. Oh man, I'm so good. That was a pre-planned trap. I announced that I had a trap, and he still went straight for it. That's what you like to see. I don't drink beer, counterface. In a whole year? I don't know, Hyata, man. If I knew that it was going to be all I was donated for a year, then maybe I would up the price. Performing skills abysmal. That's also what the director told me, Mario. I was part of a children's show. I had a little role as the chess master. That's a quote, by the way. And I was told I was not good enough at looking angry. And I told them that this is how I look when I'm angry. And you're asking me to overact. And I will not do it. I have some pride in this profession. And that was my last acting gig. They never invited me back. Go figure. How much of the Norwegian population watches you on TV when you commentate on Carlsen's games? It's not a very high percentage, no problem. There's a huge percentage for the state broadcaster, but the commercial channels it's much less. I don't really know figures, but I would guess VG is a very big website in Norway. So there's quite a few there, but I'm not sure it's above 1%. No, it's probably above 1%. It's probably not above 10%, which is already pretty high, so that's pretty good. What opening are we playing today? He wants to play the Marshall, and I'm going to say no. I've stopped playing the Hammer repertoire now. It's given me so much more freedom. It means that I'm going to crush you guys in every game, because I can kind of adjust my openings according to what I need to do. So for instance, against Area, I stopped playing this complicated line and instead just played a line which gives white a small advantage. That worked beautifully. B4, is this a thing? I don't really know what to do. Yeah, Mario, it wasn't my finest work. I agree. But Hyataman usually doesn't go for Marshall. He usually plays more classical variations. Yes, mate. I thought your play was very good. Anonymous, Anonymous gifting 10 subs. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Benefiting one for the road, a Tara Dove, Mr. Nobody, Bina Rani, Italian Bishop, Pobby Fisher, the FPS God. Wow. There's a guy who wants to be the number one Fortnite player. Although he did say first person shooter, I suppose. Mr. Rio, Pungis, Dr. Lono, and Ponmaser. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Okay, we're going for it. We're pushing our pawns in the center. We'll see what happens. I'm way down on time, which is quite common when I'm playing a Hyattaman. He is one of those people who are pretty close to beating me on a good day. Mainly because he's very quick, I'm gonna say. I don't think that's unfair to say. A win is a win. Isn't that right? See, he's tempting me with all these options. Options to go for the attack. I think we're just going to push him back. Kind of regret that choice. I'm kind of just forcing him to move his knight to a better square. Have you seen Fisher Against the World? Is that a documentary, Eddie? I don't think I have seen it. I've seen a couple of Fisher documentaries, but not that one. It's one of the more recent ones. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Quite good. Okay, then we got ourselves a recommendation there. Hyattaman gave away one of his pieces. That should increase our chances. Quite good. What's with the T emote, boys? Have you made your own kind of game? Whenever I say something that can be construed as a British accent, you post a teacup in chat? Yeah, big panic, Hyattaman. Is this an English only stream? I mean, I only speak English, Eddie. It's one of the few languages I know how to speak. But you're welcome to try out some different languages in chat. As long as someone understands it. Well, actually, as long as I understand it. So if you're going to try to post something in French or German or Russian, you better make it one of the easiest phrases you know, so that I actually understand what's being said. Oh yeah, Norwegian also I understand quite well. So my normal method is to read chat messages in Norwegian. I read them and then I respond in English. But I think that's worked pretty well the last couple of years. We've been doing this for a while now. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Gracias. ¿Cómo estás? It's amazing how many Spanish phrases you kind of pick up without even realizing that you're learning stuff. That was actually quite an annoying move. I think I'm just going to take it. Rien de fromage, Saint. That's what I care about. Without cheese. Favorite player of all time? I would have to say Magnus. Because I have followed Magnus's games growing up. So he's definitely the player that has influenced me the most. I never really read too much, Kasparov and stuff like that. All the big time guys from the good old days. Magnus read a lot of chess history. And Magnus knows a lot of these old players, and he even has like opinions on them, which I find very interesting. One thing is watching the games of Alekhine, but another thing is kind of making up your mind about how they played or something specific like that. And Magnus, at a very early age, this is one of the stories which impressed Kasparov. So the way Simon Augustine tells it is that Kasparov was dining with Simon, and they had Magnus as a guest. And essentially, they were trying to showcase Magnus's talents to Kasparov, which is funny. But anyway, so Kasparov asked Magnus, "What are your three favorite Alekhine games?" And 12-year-old or 11-year-old Magnus just goes ahead and starts telling Kasparov which his favorite games are. And apparently Kasparov disagreed with one of the choices. And then they had a discussion on why they did or did not appreciate that a certain game Alekhine had played. I mean, that's the dinner party you want to be at, right? That's the dinner party where you want to be a fly on the wall. Kasparov assessing young Magnus. Hood Fresh with a 2-month Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, Hood Fresh. What is Carlson's opinion on Alekhine? It's very favorable 5-card draw. I think Magnus considers Alekhine up there. Like, I think he's like... I think Magnus considers Alekhine to be like the best. At least the best before Kasparov, I think. I don't fully remember because there's Fischer and there's Kasparov. But Magnus has a very favorable opinion on Alekhine. Queen h5 check. Yeah, counterforce. It's my most famous game. It's a bit depressing. The most famous game I played, and it's just a guy completely destroying me. See, this is why bishops are so powerful. I'm up an entire rook. No, I'm up, 3 pawns. It feels like a rook though. It's so much. I'm up so much material and it's still not obvious how I win. Yeah, that's what I seem to remember, Smate. Capablanca and Alekhine. I'm sure you can dig up some old interviews with Magnus. But I feel like Magnus wouldn't... I don't feel like Magnus would prefer Capablanca over like Fischer. But maybe I'm wrong. Favorite opening? I really like the Berlin, Eddie. What was Alekhine's rating? Well, during that time, there were no ratings. So the concept of chess ratings was only implemented at a later stage. Yeah, that was very nice of Anonymous Pawn Masseur. Okay, next up is a namesake of mine. It's a Ludwig. I don't really know 5 card draw. My whole point of this story was to illustrate that I don't really know much about chess history. And then we kind of diverted a bit from that topic. But yeah. Okay, so everyone, I'm going to Bergen at the end of the week. That's going to be interesting for me. I'm doing commentary on the Wijkhandse tournament in the Netherlands. But it also means that I'm not going to be at home for basically the entirety of this month. So there's not going to be as many streams. But I'm going to bring my streaming laptop with me to Bergen. And we'll do some streams. We'll definitely do something on one of the rest days. But I might also do something for after the games or something in the evenings. But that's going to be more random, unannounced. Are you going to be the commentator with Svidler? No, I'm doing Norwegian broadcasts, mate. So I'm doing commentary with Hans Olav Lahlum, who is a famous effing legend in Norway. I tell you that. No, Eddie, I'm not streaming the Pro Chess League. Were you at any point the same rating as MVL? No. MVL has always been rated way, way above me. He was even higher rated than Magnus at some point, I think. Quite some moons ago, but still. When do you think we're gonna get sick of this famous effing legend? I don't think I'm gonna grow sick of it anytime soon. It's such a good comment. It's so good. I don't think he realized how good it was when he said it. Also, exciting news. I'm getting on Wednesday. I'm getting some furniture delivered from IKEA. Appropriate, seeing as how we're playing against the Swede, to mention their most famous export. And I'm getting one of these desks that you can press a button and it goes up and it goes down. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be interesting. I'm feeling like I'm gonna have some standing streams. I'm gonna bring some novelty to the chess scene. We're gonna have standing up chess streams. It's gonna be a big new thing. Furniture assembly stream. Honestly, that's very good in order. That's very good. I don't think I'm winning this game, which is disappointing. But the furniture assembly stream, that's pretty good. I like that. Probably someone has done that in the past. It sounds like an idea that someone else would have had as well. I just realized that I'm way down on time. So I'm going to blitz out a couple of moves. Win on time. this rate. Oof. I'm gonna get very scary pawns, I suspect. Oof. I should not have allowed him to play f5. YOLO, right? YOLO. That's a big YOLO move. That's the biggest YOLO move I have ever made. Big YOLO. Big YOLO right there. Wow, he's flagging me. Wow, he actually succeeded in flagging me. I was just so happy with getting a new queen. I thought the game was basically over. What are you gonna do? How is backgammon in Norway? It's pretty good. I think we have one of the world champions. I'm so generous with you guys. I'm giving you all my rating. I was so happy with that sacrifice. I'm such a brilliant player. I definitely deserve to win that game. Oh man. I actually take. No, it doesn't work. That was pretty effing brilliant, if I may say so myself. So good. You hate chess, Food Fresh? Join the club. That's the more you play, the more upset you get. Who will end second and third in Tata Steel? I think it's very open, Kleinmeister. I think that the Tata Steel field this year is super exciting. And I cannot wait to see how Magnus does against, for instance, Faruja. Faruja, this is basically his first top-level tournament, except that he finished second in the World Rapid Championship. So, you know, it's his first, like, real top-tier classical tournament, but he has already shown that he can play chess with the best of them. So it's gonna be exciting. Do you play backgammon? I know the rules, which I think is already a pretty big step, but I don't know any strategy. I have played it online previously as a kid. Should have taken the knight instead of the bishop. No, I played it correctly. I played it perfectly. I just here I didn't realize how bad I was on time, and I started pre-moving way too late. And I also think he got a bit lucky with some of his pre-moves. And yeah, I don't know if I was lagging or something, but I wasn't getting my moves in quickly enough at the end. What are you gonna do? The big question is who's getting first? No, Halvard. That's not the big question. Magnus is going to take it down again, and he's going to get the undisputed record for winning games in a row. And yeah. The thing about Vaikansea is that it's this horrible place um, by the North Sea. It's windy as F. Um, it's cold. If you're unlucky, it's really snowy. It's not a nice place to be. And the only person in the world who enjoys going to Vike is Magnus. Because he very famously scored his first Grandmaster norm there. And yeah, and he's gone on to win the tournament so many times in the past. So he has very, very, very fond memories of the place. And he doesn't see it for what it really is, which is a desolate, remote, cold, windy outskirts. I once wrote a blog post about Vike. I will this has been quoted as being the favorite blog post of many people. Here it is. Original Hammer writing, 10 years old. Cold said by a Norwegian. Actually, Norway hasn't been very cold, Counterforce. There hasn't been snow in Oslo so far that I have noticed. To be fair, I don't go outside that much. But yeah, it was snowing one day, but all the snow disappeared by nightfall. Well, I'm sure there's several strategies in backgammon. I just don't know any, unfortunately. I really hope you guys are reading my old blog post. Some of my better writing right there. Quite weird. Yes, the Norwegian snow thing is strange. There's been more snow in New York City, which is like the same latitude as Rome, than in Oslo. So it's very strange. But I'm quite enjoying it because it means that I don't have to kind of navigate these annoying ice blocks on the sidewalk and stuff like that. Your secret queen move in the Sicilian is proving to be crazy good. Sounds like you're doing great, working class hero, then. I have no secret queen move in the Sicilian, so I'm not doing as good as you, unfortunately. I live in downtown Counterforce, so because there's more people walking around the sidewalks here. Oh, I disconnected apparently. How do I fix that? I have 30 seconds to avoid getting disconnected. I tried refreshing the thingy. It did not work out in my favor. Back to the game. Back to the game. Clicking like crazy. Apparently I got disconnected, but I'm still streaming on Twitch. It's funny how that works. Hammer was smarter in 2011. I don't know if that's true. Is there anything in particular about my blog post you thought was smarter? I don't know what happened, Blowy. I got a message saying that I disconnected from the game and that I had to get back into the game within 30 seconds. And it didn't allow me to get back into the game. Apparently I lost. Feels bad. All the rating I gained in the banter boy, it's already just running into your arms, eh? Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got a message that I was disconnected. I tried refreshing and it didn't work. What are you gonna do? CTEX DDS DDoSed me by mistake. Yeah. Feels bad. Shame on you, sir. I don't think it reset any challenges. No. I still have them on my screen. Now I'm kind of scared to play again. Every time there's no moves happening, I'm going to be very nervous. Counterforce, I'm not sure what you're talking about. You can select your own time controls, I'm pretty sure. You can have any time control you want. Wow, working class hero. Are you going all in on your chess skills? Is that what 2020 is all about? Getting good at chess? RIP rating? Yeah, Hallward. My rating is not enjoying that situation. Yeah, Abdu Kamsky was a bit upset that his opponent flagged him. But on the other hand, I also flagged Movsesian, so I may be biased on the subject. But I will say that my assessment is that when you're playing Internet Blitz, winning on time is okay. It's acceptable. 2,000 FIDE, that's a pretty good goal. It's a lot of 20s, 2s and 0s, Halvard. But you're pretty close, right? It's a very achievable goal. Oh, on your iPod or iPad. Yeah, no, I never use mobile devices for chess. Maybe I misspoke. Maybe there are limitations to what you can challenge on a mobile device. 129 points off. Yeah, you can do that, Hallward. Yeah, but it's a problem 5 card draw that there are people who cheat when they play games against the streamers. It doesn't happen to me though. People know that they're not gaining anything from it, I think. And I know whenever my opponent is cheating. And even there has been times where my opponent was cheating and I just kept playing and flagged them in a losing position, which is very gratifying. Can we go forward? Probably not. He has bishop f4. Bishop f4, e2. Maybe we can do it, actually. Okay, f4. We managed to solidify our position with the pawn, protecting the pawn. We have the bishop pair. We have control of the center. I don't think there's anything I dislike about my position. Hammer is a bit tired, no problem, I'm afraid. You are correct in your assessments. What happened is funny though. So I've been kind of having a silly start to the new year, where I was just taking some time off and doing whatever I felt like. But then I knew I needed to get back into like a working rhythm, starting today. So what I did and kind of regret is that I went the last 50 hours or like 60 hours. I've been doing some stuff, and then I've been gaming. I think we don't have to hide that fact. I've been gaming. It is Twitch after all. Maybe I get cred for being a hardcore gamer. I've been gaming since New Year's Day. And my sleeping rhythm hasn't been amazing. And my idea for correcting that sleep, having to go to work and stuff today, my idea to fix that was to, whenever I felt tired, I went to bed and slept for 4 hours and then continued doing whatever I was doing. And my idea was that as long as I stay constantly tired, I will be able to go to sleep at a proper hour on Sunday, aka yesterday, and then have a good 8 hours sleep before I need to do my work on Monday. And I succeeded with some of the plan. I succeeded in getting 8 hours sleep last night. A good 8 hours. And I went to bed before midnight. So that part was successful. The problem is that once you're sleep deprived for a longer period of time, having one good night's of sleep doesn't actually fix the problem. So to answer your question or comment, yes, I am tired. Yes, it's entirely my fault. But it's only because I'm such a dedicated gamer, which I think you as a Twitch audience really should respect and not judge me on. Ravi Ors, yes, it's going to be on TV2, Sportskanalen, and I will be doing commentary. Tomorrow you won't feel as tired? No, because then for Twitch I will have had 2 good nights of sleep. So it's gonna feel a bit better. Imagine Hammer using the time he spends gaming, instead spending it training his chess. I would be such a monster. I would be the greatest chess player of all time. Imagine me spending time on chess, actually practicing, instead of just playing with you guys. I would be so good. Hey MSU, how are you doing? When is Tata Steel? It starts this Saturday. Shotgun. Start Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Haha, good job, Halvard. Are you going to be streaming today or are you going to wait until it doesn't compete with the Pro Chess League? What's your actual score against Magnus? Well, it depends on what kind of games you include. If you include informal blitz games, it's gonna sting quite a bit. Holvard is such a strategist. He's gonna wait until I have a really popular stream, and then he's gonna use his hammers to get a hammer raid. I'm kind of scared. This h4 move looks kind of scary. And then knight g5 stuff could happen over here. When did Carlsen and Fabiano last have a decisive classical game? I thought Magnus beat Fabiano in Norway chess. Maybe I'm making things up in my head. Maybe it was not 2019 but 2018. Eskil, what's got you upset today? Is this breaking news, Johnny? I thought last thing we heard was US sending more specialized troops. Okay, now they're withdrawing. They changed their mind. Shocking. I don't know. Now they're going to be upset that there's going to be some kind of terrorist factions generating in Iraq, and then they're going to say, oh, we shouldn't have backed out. But then on the other hand, the fact that they invaded in the first place was the reason that these terrorist factions managed to form in the first place. Oh, the world. We're not very nice to each other, are we? Should never have gone to Iraq in the first place. I agree, actually. I agree. Possibly not to Afghanistan either. But Afghanistan was somehow before my time, I feel. Did they go to Afghanistan right before Iraq? I remember watching the newscasts from the invasion. And I don't remember anything about how they ended up in Afghanistan. His posing in front of the camera yesterday. What are you talking about, Eskil? Are you unhappy with how the guy looked on a stream? I think there's plenty of things to criticize Hikaru for. I'm not sure that makes the top 5. They invaded Afghanistan a month after 9/11. Well, invaded is a bit strong, isn't it? They didn't face any opposition, did they? I'm becoming one of those streamers just displaying their ignorance. I vowed not to be one of those people, but here we are discussing things I vaguely remember from being 11 years old. Wow, Alec. I don't know. I think they had a war on terror before that as well, no? I mean, the US was in Somalia. Surely that was some kind of war on terror as well. Why were they in Somalia? I think a lot of these wars, it's not really clear what the objective ever was. If the objective was getting a stable democratic government in Afghanistan, I would go as far as to say that they have failed. We can only hope that AI will take over the world and save Earth from humans. Wow. That's pretty depressing. Oil maybe. Wow. There's an analysis, counterforce. You know what? They may have gone in for the oil. Actually, I don't really believe that. I mean, I think it's a pretty fair. I think maybe the oil, but not necessarily so that no. I don't know. Maybe. I like to think that people don't go to war and kill tons of people just for oil. But maybe it was part of the equation. Why not knight d3 instead of queen c7? Did I miss something again? Yeah, knight d3 was a better move. I agree. Okay, next up is Kleinmeister. Ooh, once again, it's being coy about whether or not I'm getting disconnected. That's never a good sign. Okay, we're gonna go back to the concept I was talking about on an earlier stream. We're just gonna get the pieces out very safely. You can't beat Magnus age 10. I can't beat Magnus age 25. Both statements untrue, by the way. Dirk, thank you so much for your Twitch Prime sub. 3 months getting the silver hammer. Thank you so much, Dirk. Okay, we're playing a kind of hedgehog-ish position. He has pretty nice development, but I haven't done really anything wrong just yet. It's just the fact that I'm passive, but passivity can be fixed sometimes. Magnus age 10 would beat you? Yes. Alec, I think that's a pretty safe bet, I'm afraid. Magnus age 10, pretty good. Pretty good chess player. No, he was not titled at age 10, Vertrich. I think he was like 2000 rated. He got his IM title at 12. That's the problem with the app. the Play Magnus app, it's got a big problem. Magnus simply got too good too fast. If they wanted to make a good app, they would have made the Play Hammer app. Because my progression was much easier to kind of keep a hold of, keep track of. Yes, Dirk, I'm doing commentary on Tata Steel for Norwegian television. So I'm traveling those 3 weeks. But I'm hoping to do streams while I'm in Bergen. But probably they won't be announced beforehand. It's going to be like one of the rounds where Magnus finishes early, makes a quick draw. Maybe one of those rounds I'll do some streaming. Bergen, yes. Adro. I'm going back to my birthplace for some chess commentary. I regret this move. That was a horrible move. Oh man, I really regret. Codexa, you go ahead and spam those commands. That is information I want you to have. I regret giving up all control on the C file. I have many regrets this game. I misplayed this so bad. Can I go here? No. My rook is completely stuck because of this knight. I need to... And once I move this knight, then he's going to play knight e5 and have threats along the 7th rank. I mean, I'm going to win on time, but I did not play this position very well. Whatever, no. Let's see if we can find a proper move. I don't think I can find a proper move. I can go passive, but that's about it. Oh, whatever. I could have moved the rook. I had a good middle game, but then in the transition to the end game, I did something dumb. So here I have the potential pressure against this pawn. So far, so good. Maybe I should have gone knight g6 here. But here... The thing is, if I try to exchange the rooks, he's always just going to go and avoid that exchange. So I end up with these two rooks doing nothing, pointing against the pawn in the center, because that pawn is safely protected by the knight. So yeah, I kind of messed up early, I feel. Maybe I should do like... Yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe I should go like f6, but then this rook is going to be pretty powerful along the 7th rank. Yeah, it's not so easy. It looks very good for black because of the weakness of the pawn on d4, but not so easy to convert. Hey Peter, I'm doing well. How are you? Happy New Year's. Norder up next. And Archer, you're not a Chess24 premium member. Although I do recommend you look into the membership option. In addition to getting to play these banter blitzes with me, you can also play banter blitzes against Magnus when he does it, which is like once a month. And you also get access to the video library at Chess24, which is the best chess videos online. Who signed your mug? What about my mug? I have many of them. Oh. Not talking to me. My bad. Which videos do you recommend from Chess24 aside from your own? Good question. Very good question. So I would say that Jan is pretty thorough with his openings, and he knows quite a bit already. I would also go for some of those people who are not the biggest names, because you just know that people who don't have the biggest names are going to put a lot of effort into it, making it something they can be proud of. And like, if it's the first time people in chess hear about them, they want to make sure to make a really good first impression. So I would go maybe after some of the more unknown names, and or some of the big names who you know is going to bring quality every single time. But I think overall I would always choose my content based on my interests. So I would trust that just because it is on Chess24, it's a good product. And then I would look into which kind of themes I'm interested in to look at. Thanks for clipping that, Vertrich. Dirk, yeah, this is also very good, Codex. You can get recommendations from other people who have actually seen the other videos. So Dirk says that he likes the Robin van Kampen ones. Why hasn't Magnus made a video on the endgame? I mean, probably he's a busy guy. That would be my guess. He's doing quite a lot of things in his life. May not have time to make all sorts of chess videos. Okay, my neighbor started either... Okay, just in case of King E4, I'm gonna stop the pre-move, because we're gonna give checkmate instead. Checkmate with a pawn in the middle of the board. Beautiful finish. Is that true, Dirk? Are you going to Vaikanse to watch the tournament? Okay. My neighbors are now singing. I think I know this song. Can you guys hear this? Is Peter Heine still Magnus's coach? Yes, Counterforce. He is. Finally got rid of that pawn. That's something, Norder. At least you got the pawn. Signed by Jan. Oh, that's disappointing, VRL. I can see the disappointments in your punctuation. Who are playing for the Gnomes on Thursday? Asks Kapdrage. So the Gnomes will be represented by Hammer. Then we have Urkedal, Srinath Narayanan. No, sorry. No, that's wrong. We have Hammer, Urkedal, Clausen. No. Hammer, Urkedal, Niemann, Clausen. That's the Gnomes lineup. I believe Niemann is our streamer. New for this season is that every team has to have a dedicated streamer. So we have Hans Niemann in our team, and he's gonna be the place you want to go if you want to cheer on the Gnomes. I'll host him. Adro, I'll host the guy who's doing the stream. So you can go to my channel to watch the Gnomes. Who will win, Gloria or Wen Yun? I don't know, Kleinmeister. I think they're rated about the very same, right? But the tournament is in China, which, Magnus hasn't been very good in Norway, but I think Wen Yun could do really well in China. On the other hand, Goryachkina's performance in the women candidates was unbelievable. Unbelievable. She gained like 30 rating points. So I think overall it's extremely difficult to call. How do we break through? I guess we just take this bishop. No Studik Holm? No, unfortunately not, Adro. I think he's approaching a point where his studies are taking most of his time. I think he's third year MBA or something similar. Hans hasn't streamed for like half a year. I don't know about that, Halvard. I saw him streaming the day before yesterday. I even subscribed to his channel. Ooh, that's interesting, Counterforce. Half the tournament in China and half in Russia. We haven't seen one of these split ups since the Linares Morelia tournament. That's interesting. Hammer repertoire when possible. You're gonna go full score, Dirk. I can tell already. 3 points out of 3. No question. Yeah, I think he's back, Halvard. He'll be doing coverage of the Gnomes. The Gnome games. Vladivostok, wow. Oh man, close to Japan. Well, yeah, it's also close to China. It's way closer to China than it is to Japan. Yeah, Vladivostok is... That's the place. It's pretty remote. Oh, you have to watch it first? Well, then you better get watching, Dirk. There's quite a lot of content you have to consume over the next couple of hours, days, I mean. I hope you're saying nice things, random name. Checkmate in 2 moves. Have you and Magnus ever played Yahtzee or Stigaspilla? I don't think so, Noobson. I know that Magnus in his life has played Yahtzee during chess tournaments. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he was playing Yahtzee with his sisters during the London tournament in 2000 and I want to say 15, 16, 15. But never with me. I have, however, I've beaten Magnus at Monopoly. We were playing Monopoly in Iceland. European Team Championship 2015. Oh my gosh, it's already more than 4 years ago. That's when I was extremely close to making 2700 for the first time. Wow, I actually have my 2700 5-year and 4-year anniversary. Okay. If it was 5 years, maybe we would do a special celebration. I feel like when you're doing Twitch, you should try to find as many anniversaries as humanly possible. Good content. Hey, Steve Eyes. How did he take that loss? He said that he lost on purpose. He made a bold claim. Oh no, I wasn't interested in just sitting around and playing all night. So I just let you have a hotel on that place. Just so that the game would progress. And then I won the game. Wow, Dirk. Were you up at 6 a.m.? Is that what you're saying? Wow. You're a better worker than me. Bjarke, playing I didn't play the World Championship because I was doing commentary for VG. Did you not watch my commentary? I'm slightly disappointed. MacRill, you just made a huge strategic mistake. You should have captured my pawn in the center and hoped for the best. Because I'm giving away a pawn. Yes, I'll have some compensation, but maybe not enough. Now, however, you've given me just all the time in the world because there's no longer any pressure on my pawn chain. So now I can just go brute force and open up on the king side. Okay, that makes more sense, Dirk. I take it back then. I was actually the good boy going to sleep at an appropriate hour. I thought you were just getting up early, but now that I know that you were staying up late, then you're just the same degenerate as I am. Didn't know it was commented on at VG. Man, you missed out, sir. Blitz commentary, you don't want to watch that on NRK. They don't bring enough hype to the game. I don't know if I can legitimately say that. I'm not the most hyped up person ever, but I think I do Blitz pretty well. In Norwegian, at least. Oof, am I this good? I'm so good. NRK beef? Yeah, for sure. Competing channels. Arch enemy. Dodrek, I honestly cannot tell whether that is something I said or something Torstein said. Because frankly, that could be both of us. Wow, the counter sacrifice in the center. I think I can just take this guy. Seriously, you don't approve of an NRK? Well, Eskil, every single time I do commentary, well, every single time NRK does commentary, I do commentary as well. So I mean, I think I'm better than NRK, so I'm gonna promote myself over them. No? I don't understand why that was surprising. You gotta have faith in your abilities. Okay, how many pieces am I up? I feel like it's quite a bit. Maybe we shouldn't move our rook completely away from our king and defense. No, I don't care. I'm just going to take pawns. What is this? It gives you a special message, counterforce. Pinky. Yeah, the Gnomes are kicking off the Pro Chess League season on Thursday. Yes. Ooh, I'm almost getting checkmated. Wow, Rook G8, and I'm almost getting checkmated in the corner. That could be kind of embarrassing. He went with the bishop first, which was good for me because now it lets me get my king out of the biggest trouble. Yeah, that's fair. We don't have a lot of budget for in between games, Dadrek. Very, very low budget the last couple of times. But we make do with what we have. Also, I've noticed that I'm not very good at kind of just delaying the broadcast or kind of just keeping just speaking until there's nothing left to say. And I do that all the time on my Twitch stream. But I think the reason I find it so difficult doing it on VG is that I don't have the chat. I'm not sure you guys realize how nice it is having the chat to kind of help you know what to say next. Because whenever you run out of something to say on Twitch, then you just look into chat and you get a new topic and you keep on going. And that's why I had to go offline between the games of the World Championship. Because I couldn't just keep talking for 20 minutes straight. Good night, Kleinmeister. And good game. You need a repertoire? Well, you can find it, Lagavulin. It's on chess 24. It's called the Hammer E4 repertoire. Oh, wait, you were black. No? Yes? No? Yes. Also, the French. Not a good opening. Stay away from the French in general. Any chance to play? Oh yeah, Bloby. I forgot that we were our game was disconnected. I just felt like you already took the points off me, but I suppose it wasn't your fault. French is the same best opening, says Holvard. That's how the French is still played. They try to convince some kids that it's good, and then those kids just try and tell the world how great the French is. Why are grandmasters always so secretive about their seconds? I mean, knowing what openings the second is specialized in is a huge advantage when preparing. So it's just about not relaying so much information to the opponent. For instance, if you have Svidler as a second, there's a more than a 50% chance you're going to play the Grunfeld. So who you choose as your seconds often influences which openings you play. You're evolving 5-card draw. Your understanding of chess and appreciation of chess openings is evolving. The love-hate relationship with the French, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, 5-card draw. I can probably even worse. For your openings, you should place your pieces in the middle of the board. It's not super difficult. Predbit, I'm from Norway. I learned English first in school, but then I got a head start a little bit when I was living in the US for a year. When I was 9. Okay, it looks like voleur de poule, something chicken, is not here, so we're moving on. Next up is Darth Kata. Predbit, I'm 29 years old. 29 years old from Oslo, Norway. Grandmaster of chess. Famous effing legend. Ah, man, it was so good. I should have come up with that. I feel like we now have to make an effort of coming up with the next chess meme. That one has been taken, but we got to come up with something new. I don't think there's any such thing as EC1 E5 five card draw, but it might be worth learning regardless. I forget how you're supposed to play in this line. Hammertime, short, powerful meme. Yeah. Maybe I should use it more. Like every time I checkmate an opponent, because it's also about how you use it, right? So like every time you checkmate an opponent, you go hammer time. Oh, my bad. I feel like I'm supposed to sacrifice this pawn and then move my rook to the center. I don't know why it is, but sometimes we just play our opening moves not because we know, but because we somehow feel like we remember. Yeah, I'll probably end the stream after this one, Hallward. I am a little tired. Do we counterattack or do we just put it on the long diagonal? I think actually, do I need to do this? It's a bit depressing. I don't really want to give away my control of the d4 square. Maybe I have to. Okay, so in order to protect my pawn on c5, I'm going to put my knight on b4, which solves the problem of this pawn. But now white is going to take on b4 and then go d4. And it becomes very unclear. Hey Jake, how are you? I'm a bit tired. I had a sleep plan that backfired unexpectedly. He's navigating these complications very well. Oh, I'm very low on time. Okay. Very low on time. Very late discovery of being very low on time. Okay, we'll see what happens. Wow, and such a tricky situation also. Everything can be captured. Wow, what a move. Wow, well played, Darth. That was extreme. Oh, thinking about your move now for 5 seconds. Interesting. Interesting choice. Not at all suspicious. Yeah, no, that was well played. That was the D4 move was even after I discovered I was low on time, the D4 move was so unreal. Because here's what I was planning. After knight takes c5, takes, I was planning knight takes d3. And here my queen is protecting this knight. And then if you take on here, then I take there, and it's... I'm still a pawn down, but I have some compensation. I have a more active rook, I have better control in the center, I have a bishop. So I should probably be fine there. But this d4 move, unbelievable. Because now after takes, knight takes, now I no longer have this option to go take here and knight d3 because of queen d3. Check and threatens the knight. And I mean, maybe I can complicate things by taking over here. But at this point, there's so many pieces to capture that I don't really know what's going on. Very, very confused. Yeah, I should have done that. That looks pretty good. Maybe he just takes back. It's not like I have extreme... I don't have such an easy time getting pieces into the kingside attack. But yeah. No, even if I had had proper amounts of time, I would have been in big trouble. And frankly, part of the reason why I was very low on time was because I was having very difficult decisions to make. One more game. Oh wow, I actually did drop below 3,000. I really thought I was going to stay above 3,000 for a period of time now. But what do you know? I win the rating points for you guys and the Banter Blitz. And then hand them away. What are you going to do? One more game to end above 3,000? I'm going to need 3 more games, Dirk. 3 more games I'm going to need to get above 3,000. I don't see that happening. Let's see who's streaming. I think that's the way to go. Symphony, Nate Hill, Chess Bra, Blitzstream. For some reason, this thing is not giving me more than the 5 top options of the channels I follow. I should be like allowed to search for chess channels and ignore the Fortnite guys streaming. Wow, Hikaru is streaming. Wait, Hikaru is streaming with only 300 viewers? That's pretty unreal. Okay, I guess we're rating Hikaru.
Okay, Spicy remembered to
No, that's not
another
Hikaru.
Sicilian.
That could explain. No, that's
Spicy
Eric
really likes
Rosen,
open
but
Sicilian.
maybe I misclicked.
Very, very strange lineup
Okay,
they have.
we'll send you to Hikaru. He just logged in, they say.
Mood, so I won't start with that. But once again, good to have everybody here.
We'll help Hikaru get his stream started.
I'll
be playing the Pro Chess League on Thursday for the Norway Gnomes, but before that, I'm going to do another stream tomorrow. Same time, 7 p.m. Europe. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. So come back tomorrow. I'll hand out more rating. That's essentially what my streams are these days. So make sure to get your cut. Oh, and also I have Hikaru in the background. My bad. Niemann is gonna be streaming the Gnomes, Jake. So that should be interesting. I'll make sure to host his channel. So that you can just log on to Twitch/GMJLH to watch the Gnomes play. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye bye.